Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm giving you my top 12 things you can do to be a better coworker. Isn't that a nice thing? Working with your coworkers can be a very, very stressful thing if you have really inconsiderate coworkers. So, I made a list of 12 things I think that people can do to be better coworkers and make everybody happy in the workplace. So, let's get into it. First one is being punctual. So, why should we be early to work? For many freaking reasons, especially for fast food. There is somebody waiting for you to come in and clock in so that they can go and you can take over their station, or you're going to take over another person's station who's going to take over their station. But if you're not on time, that person then has to sit there after working 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 hours until you get to work. And that's really crappy of you to do as a person. Being early is just very considerate, and a lot of us would appreciate it if you would get to work on time. Number 2, speaking nicely. If you need something from me, please speak nicely. Don't speak like a really grumpy old lady that has no manners whatsoever. Like, instead of saying, "Yo, get the fries," simply saying, "Hey, we need some more fries. Would you mind just grabbing it real quick and bringing it over here to me?" Doesn't that sound nice? Like, it's still urgent, but it's nice. It's not crappy. Or, "Hello, get some more fries. Don't you see we're out?" Speak nicely to your coworkers, douchebags. Number 3, clean up after yourself. If you're done having lunch, don't be leaving your open containers, your paper wrappers, anything. Make your area clean and make sure you leave everyone's area clean as well, like a break room. If you're going to share a space, please leave it clean for other people. Don't let people have to pick up after you. That's like really crappy, and it makes you look bad. Number 4, respect the space of others. This kind of goes into the whole clean up after yourself, but if you see something that is somewhere, and let's say you want to put your things there, you want to do something, and there's something in your way that maybe somebody else's, all it takes is a few minutes to just go, "Hey, I kind of wanted to use this spot. Would you mind moving this? Or I'll move it for you. Would you like me to put it somewhere?" It just creates so much more of a respect and a good morale in your store, rather than just like moving someone else's stuff and then they can't find it and then they're really upset because you put your hands on it. And for me, don't touch my stuff. Number 5. So when you are having talk time, whenever you are, pick respectful topics. Don't get into really heavy stuff that may offend other people. Number 1, you want to make sure that the environment that you're in is very comfortable. You don't want someone to feel out of place, and you don't want someone to feel like they're in a judgment zone. So try to pick respectful topics, fun topics, things that get people talking, and things that will help you learn more about your coworkers. I scratched 6 out, so technically I have 11 things. So now I have to come up with 6 things because I already said there was 12. Damn it. So number 6. Number 6 is something that honestly, if you want to be that person, you can. This is just suggestion. If you really are a social person, or if you're somebody who's really looking to possibly have, make friends, have a good environment, it really doesn't hurt you to go out of your way and do really nice things for your coworkers. Like arrange maybe a night where you guys all go out, or arrange maybe a potluck, or bring in some goodies for your, I almost said your classmates. Okay. For your coworkers, snacks, things that you know that they'll like. When I worked at Starbucks, I have brought a big basket of like lots of different snacks, but it was hard because one person was gluten-free, the other person was vegan, the other person was on paleo, the other person was like cutting out sugar and carbs and everything. So I had to kind of customize my snacks. Now, like I said, you don't have to do that. That's like really going above and beyond, but hopefully your coworkers will appreciate it. And it creates a really nice sense of morale, like I said, and somebody might follow suit and do the same thing. And it might be something that you guys all do together, and that's even more fun. Number 7, which I think is the most important one. Do your freaking job. Like, you're there to do a job, do your job. Don't be that person that slacks off and everybody else has to pick up after you. That's not going to make you look good at all. People are not going to like you. And trust me, they're gonna be talking crap behind your back. So go in there, do your job, do the best possible job that you can, and you'd be surprised a lot of people are going to end up liking you. Number eight is to share responsibility. So to share the responsibility of the store, share the responsibility of whatever is going on day to day, kind of make it to where you're not that crap person that's just like laying everything on everybody else and you don't have your work done either. And then you're just like, no, I didn't do that. No, I mean, I was there, but I mean, I wasn't in it. Like, no. If you're working during that shift, you're responsible as well. And whatever happens during that shift is also your responsibility. Now, of course, this is different if it's a manager, obviously. Manager is full responsible, but makes you look amazing as a coworker if you're willing to say, you know what? We all screwed up. We can make it better. How are we going to do this? Number 9, don't make excuses for being a crappy worker, because that just makes people even more mad. Own up to your crap and try to be a better person. When you constantly make excuses, like I said before, it doesn't make you look like a good person, and people will not like you. And everyone's going to end up expecting it from you as well. And honestly, they'll end up tagging, like, that's something that you could end up losing your job for, because a lot of people are getting onto it and they're just like, yeah, she made an excuse last Friday when she told me she couldn't work my shift because her tire blew out. Her tire blew out. She just told me she got a new car. That's suspicious. So, it's so much better to just be a real honest person and just try and do the best that you can. Also, don't do that. That's bad juju. You make an excuse like, oh, I'm sorry, my mom had surgery, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, your mom's going to end up in the hospital. So keep the bad juju away. Stop making excuses and just do your freaking job. Number 10. Now I can finally. Number 10 is to voice yourself respectfully. So if you do not disagree, if you have a disagreement with a coworker, you're not getting along with a coworker, whatever the case is, voice yourself respectfully. It is so important that a lot of people understand the way to talk to people and to connect with people and be able to voice themselves correctly. This is what really makes a work environment very, very crucial. Because, it's something that can kind of translate from one person to another, to another, to another. And it can get really chaotic, like one day it starts off with just two people going, girl, you so stupid, stop. And next time I'd be like, girl, stop being so freaking stupid, like stop. Like it can kind of jump into something and escalate into something you really don't want it to. And when you have a difference with someone, you can just say, okay, I'm sorry, I don't agree, but let's blah, 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 and let's do this. Or you can just be like, I really didn't appreciate the way you spoke to me, in the future, if you could just be like, blah, 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 I'd really appreciate it. I respond much better to that. Just being able to actually be an adult and use your big person words can make a really big difference in how you connect with your coworkers and eventually get things done. Number 11. This is a lot like number 6, where it's not something that you really have to do, but it really could help. Offer help. Offer to help someone that you see is struggling, or if you have 30 minutes and you've completely done your job, maybe come over to somebody else, come over to your supervisor. Hey, is there anything additional I can do? Hey, is there anything I can help to get this going or to start that? It's just so much better when you do that. A lot of people will just be like, wow, she's so nice. She wants to help. Yay. Then, of course, there's part of me that thinks, well, don't do that, because then they're going to think that you're obviously always going to do it, and then they're going to throw all your work on that. But don't do that. We're trying to be positive here. So offer help. Obviously not all the time, because you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that person that everybody's like, oh, she'll do it. She'll do it. Give it to her. Give it to her. Give it to her. But just offer help every now and then, when you really see someone struggling, or like I said, if you just want to, just do that. If you really want to, go ahead. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with helping people out. And number 12, which I think is a very important one as well, it is to keep your personal feelings out of the workplace. Now, if someone is really, really bothering you, and trust me, I've had this before several times, but if someone is really, really bothering you, you need to find a way to voice that in a very respectful way, and you have to be able to step back and not allow your feelings to enrage you, because what happens is you run with that and you end up not doing things the right way at all, and it could make the situation into something where someone gets fired, you either run out on a job that you really liked or cared for. Just so many things, so many different things can happen, and it needs to be that needs to be handled so much better. I've worked with so many people who clearly felt very different towards other people, and I would hear lots of bickering and talking behind the person's back. And it's a very toxic thing. That is a very toxic thing that can run rampant through the entire workplace. So trying to set that example, being that person that's just like, you know what? I want to strangle her, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to really be an adult here. That'll make a really big difference. And hopefully it'll be something that other people will be like, you know what? I want to be like that. I want to be that person that can voice myself and not be a monster. It really does make you feel a lot better when you're able to connect to people and just say, you know what? We don't agree. I didn't like this, but I'm not going to take that to heart. I'm going to really figure out what's going on here, break it down, and try to see what's the best result for all of us. And so I know that is easier said than done. Trust me. I've wanted to strangle many people that I've worked with. I can think of a few. I can think of like 5 off the top of my head, okay? Trust me. These are things that never go away. You have to learn how to voice yourself and keep your personal feelings out. It just makes you so much stronger as a person when you can just be like, yeah, it bothers me, but you know what? I'm just gonna deal with it the proper way. I'm gonna be able to do this and that, and like you can just you just become so much. You're just unflappable. Nothing, you're able to deal with your emotions so much better when you really take the personal feeling out. And don't get me wrong, there are people that do hold things against other people. It is personal, like I'm not saying this is not a real, like it's real life. You're always gonna have somebody that doesn't like you based on what you look like, what you said, what you wore, how well you're doing, and they think you're getting favoritism. Like, trust me, there's always going to be a situation where you are going to be not liked. And so that's okay. They can go screw themselves. And you don't let that hurt you or turn you into a bad worker. And eventually, trust me, that person will sort themselves out. They'll either leave the company, or they're just going to be like, okay, she doesn't really seem to be affected. He doesn't really seem to be affected by this. So I'm just gonna stop, which is, it's funny because it goes back to that whole, oh, don't give a bully attention, ignore a bully. It's kind of different in this sense. I mean, a bully obviously is going to keep punching you. That's not going to stop. But in this case, we're all older, we're adults now. So I'd like to think that an adult is going to know when to stop. And if they don't, then let me know, because I got a lot of tips for how to deal with a person who won't. And there's a lot of phone numbers you can call and a lot of people you can get involved to make sure that that little person knows, no, a bitch would never. So that is my 12 tips for how to be a better coworker. I hope this helps you to open up your mind a bit to reflecting about how you are in the workplace and how you can make a better workplace for others, and also maybe how your coworkers can make a better workplace for you. Maybe it's a discussion that you'd like to open up and, I don't know, do something fun. So any questions, comments, anything you'd like to let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and of course I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.